All right. Stand. I'm not chair, but I'm gonna stand. Start with just a little moving joint movement, fingers and wrists and elbows and shoulders. Do little asymmetrical circles, changing direction, letting the ribs start to move, right? So it's just more random movement, exploring circles or lateral shifts in your upper spine, or letting your ribs and neck move a little oppositionally to each other. Just feeling how that upper pole, head, neck, upper spine are moving. Belly, waist, a little anterior, posterior circles. Little knee and foot circles, little balance. Little balance. Good. I know when I'm really tight, my stride gets really narrow. My limbs stay close to the body. Or when I'm tired. These bigger ranges seem weirder, take more energy. Let's even come down a little bit, hands on the floor. Shifting, moving, like spirals and circles, waves, and then slowly, slowly coming back up. A little reaching, like stretching in the morning. Maybe yawn. Okay. All right, so a little more, whatever, systematic. Let's do hands on shoulders, couple circles. Letting your elbows find the range. Gives you access to movement in the shoulder blade, collarbone, base of neck. Changing direction. Arms out to the side. And then forward, letting the head tip forward and tip up. And tip forward. And tip up. Maybe even a little asymmetry, one arm up, one arm down, head. Notice where the head wants to go. One more time each side. Hands on shoulders, let's do a little side to side twist. You get to decide pacing. Is it slower, or the legs straight, or the knees bent, right? They're just different, it's all different. No right. And then let's release the arms and just let them swing. Okay, separate the feet a little bit. Plant the feet, letting ankles rotate, knees, hips. And swing. You can see, I can look further back on one side. Even a little tapping of the hands on the outer hips. And then slowing down and come back to center. Good, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. A little inhale. A little slower, longer maybe, and exhale, sigh. Inhale, slower and longer. So exhale with a long hum, right? Humming through the whole exhale. Just in and out. Eyes open or eyes closed. Just checking in with your body here. One more inhale for an om or a hum. Last thing, just hands wide, letting your hands slowly come towards each other. Just feeling the quality between the hands. Almost thinking, call it a chi ball. So much just feeling, just what do you feel? You go slower. Do you feel a little sense of pressure? Or one hand aware of the other hand. You can even try it with the eyes closed. To focus only on what we see. One hand have more energy than the other. Good, and then using this sense, right? We have many energy centers in our hands. That's why hands have been used since probably the beginning of time for touch and healing. But let's take the arms out and up like we're scooping up all this beautiful light. Letting it come into the body, guided by our hands, wherever it is needed. Brain, eyes, mouth, all the connections in the brain, this whole neuroendocrine, throat, jaw. You can think joints and tissues, you can think nerves and arteries and veins, lymph, or other qualities, right? What gives us life? Arms, heart, lungs, organs, the energy, the emotion, the feeling of the organs. Uterus, ovaries, breasts, legs, feet. Receiving. Let's just tuck chin to chest. Feeling that weight of the head and the pull, not just on the neck, but the spine. And just slowly start to roll forward. Right? Feeling that, again, different kind of load, right, as the head rolls forward. Good, even scooping up the front of the body, especially the belly and the ribs, as the head rolls. Shoulders roll, upper back, mid back, lower back. Bending the knees, letting the ribs get a little closer to the thighs, and then walk your hands to the outside of one foot. Right, a little side bend to get a longer side, letting those ribs maybe expand with the breath. And then walking through center and over to the other side. One hand and hip swinging away from each other, and the other coming closer together. Good. First side. Notice how you want to change it. Do you want to wiggle it or shift your hips away from your hands? Or move your tailbone. Second side. And then back to center. Shift your weight into your legs and slowly round up. Arms heavy. Head heavy. Slowly rolling all the way up. Oof. All right, let's take a check. Starting on the edge of the chair, just a simple rotation. So I'm doing left hand to right knee. Doesn't matter if you're on the other side, just opposite hand to knee. Hand on chair somewhere. Good. Notice your weight on your right sitting bone, left sitting bone, maybe even shifting to the front, right where the eyes are, and to the back of head. Longer inhale. Longer exhale, other side. Goodness, tight. Pressing hand into the outer leg. You can even just resist a little bit, just to make that connection. Again, maybe shifting towards now your front sitting bone, back sitting bone. You can even shift away from the back of the chair or towards it. Just little movements, and then bigger inhale, bigger exhale. First side. And noticing the side that's more challenging, more thickness, more tightness. Maybe explore movement more or stay for a little bit longer. That's the other side. You can already switch. Side when you're ready. Notice if the neck and head stay still when you move the body. And back to center. Okay, I'm going to straighten. This is my right leg, doesn't matter, but right foot flat on the floor, so it's a little bit more of a point shape. So I am sitting on the edge of the chair. I'm just tipping forward. Let's reach the arms back. Again, you get to decide how far you go. Feel some weight in both legs. And come back up. Let's take the arms up to the side and tip. And anytime the load gets too much, you can back off on range, or you can keep the arms further behind you. And come back up. Let's bend the arms, bring fingertips to back of head or side of head, and tip. Good. So I'm noticing here that I'm extending a little bit because I favor extension all the time. So I'm going to take that tissue just below the belly button, draw it back, big smile. Try to widen and lengthen the back body. And come up. Good. Arms come forward and they can stay close to the body. Again, it depends on the load, right? The more we reach the arms away, the more load in the leg. And come back up. Good. This time I'm going to flex. Well, actually, let's externally rotate with the sole of the foot on the floor. I'm just going to turn the foot out, and you get to decide. Let's take the arms back. How much rotation? And come up. And again, noticing just if you shift onto one hip or you favor one leg. And come up, hands behind the head. Again, you can always keep the hands further back or further away from the head. And then arms forward. And come up, let's internally rotate. So now toes in, knee in, arms back. And up, arms out to the side. Good. Fingers to head. Again, notice where you shift towards or shift away from, and arms forward. Okay, now coming back to neutral, flex. Okay, it's very different. Arms back, tip, and up. Notice your range. Notice the amount of tension through that whole back line. And tip, this time just drop the head a little. And come up, arms out to the side, tip. And up. Okay, so externally rotate. I'm not going to do a huge load on this, but let's take arms back, externally rotating the leg and tip. Whew. And come up and arms into the side. And tip. And come up. Internally rotate. Let's take the arms back. Use your breath as you need. And arms out to the side. Ooh. And come up. Okay. Take a little arm break. Let's do a little side bend. I'm holding one hand on the chair. Now you can't see because everything's black. Other side. Let's actually walk toes out, heels out, toes out. Little side bend. You bring a hand to leg of chair. You want a little extra support, or you can load into that leg that you're tipping towards, and the sitting bone you're tipping away from. One more time, depends on how much support feels good today. And come back up. Good, toes in, heels in, toes in. Simple twist. Good, this time I'm going to slide. So this is my left hand, right knee. Just going to slide that left hand down towards the ankle. Maybe even put the hand on the floor. Right, again, you can use, I'm almost have my hand wrapped around my ankle, pulling just a little bit so I can take that left shoulder a little closer to that right thigh. Right hand is on my lower back. Simple twist. You can even let that left shoulder lean back, or left upper arm lean back into the left leg. Let the head lean back. Good, maybe slide that right hand to the shoulder, elbow up to the ceiling, and then maybe even arm up to the ceiling. And bringing the arm down and slide back up. Good, other side, opposite hand to knee, simple twist. Good, and then let's slide that hand down the leg. So right hand to ankle, left hand to lower back. Again, maybe leaning upper arm or shoulder back against that right leg. Letting the head lean back. Ribs lean back. Good, possibly left hand to shoulder, elbow up. And maybe left arm up. Good. Notice where the head wants to be. You can look down. Good, and bring that left arm down. And slide up. Good, chin to chest. And I'm gonna round down so feet stay a little wide. Letting the head go, shoulders curl forward, letting that back round. Think about your cat shape. Almost hollowing out the belly. Keep hollowing out the belly as you curl forward a little bit more. Hands can slide down the legs. Even open up the feet and bring hands to the floor. Good, let your body settle just for a moment. Weight supported by the floor. Good, and then pressing into the feet, into the sitting bones, and slowly round up. Sitting bone distance apart. Good, other leg. Left leg straight, unless you do the opposite. So arms back, tip. Right, weight comes into both legs. So when I do this side, it's wildly asymmetrical. Arms out to the side and tip. And come up. Fingers to head and tip. Again, are you extending? Are you arching? Right, maybe even a little cat-cow here just to feel where you're falling into and where might need a little support. Good, widening in that lower belly. And come up. Good, arms forward possibly and tip. Again, notice the difference, this leg to the other leg. It sometimes gives us a sense of our dominant leg, non-dominant. We don't already know. Good, externally rotate the leg, sole of the foot still flat on the floor, arms back. And coming up and arms out to the side. And depending on how intense it is, you can minimize that external rotation, fingers to head, and watching belly back relationship, right foot, left foot, and up and arms forward. Good, and up an internal rotation. So toes and knees turned in, or left knee turned in, arms back. And arms out. Fingertips to head. Again, any variation. Listening to your body and the arms forward. These are just options. And come up and then flexing. And arms back, tipping. And coming up. One more time, tip with the arms back. Let's just draw up the head a little bit, that whole back line. Again, honor what your body needs. Arms out to the side and tip. And up, and let's externally rotate, so knee and toes turn out to the side, arms back and tip. Again, a little bit more of a nerve stretch, you might notice. And up, arms out to the side. Ooh. Good, internally rotate, arms back. And up, and arms out to the side. And up. Ooh. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot forward again, hands onto the chair, feet a little wider. And we do this on the floor, but let's just do a little knee drop, a little bit of work through the feet as they have to maneuver around. Lifting, lowering, walking. Good, and then let's take the knees to the right. Good. So left toes turned under, left knee below the hip. Little anterior tilt, so belly and pubis fall forward, and then posterior tilt. Tailbone falls back, top of the sacrum pulls back. Maybe feeling it through the whole spine, so you feel that from tailbone to top of head. Spinal column and skull, brain, spinal cord. Good. And then let's walk that left leg back a little bit more, maybe one or two more. Anterior, posterior. And then maybe walk back a little further. Lift that thigh. Anterior, posterior. Good. Let's take hands. You can either do opposite hand to knee. Let's actually start there. Left hand, right knee. Right hand on the chair. Doesn't matter if you're in the opposite. You can put a little weight into the feet. More than anything, can you lengthen the spine up as the pelvis, as the sitting bones get heavy. Back of the pelvis gets heavy. Back of the spine gets light. And slowly release. And the other side. Again, knee below the hip, low anterior, posterior, letting the whole spinal column. Now your focus can be on bones, can be on spinal cord, can be on discs, can be on communication or ligaments, sensation. Scoot that leg back a little more. And then working that right leg straight. Good, right hand to left knee, hand on chair. Again, really using the hands just to create more length and ease. Right, so it's pressure, it's subtle, it's listening. Little downward weight in the feet, downward weight in the sitting bones, back of pelvis. And feeling the base of the skull. Might have some upward lift. Face soft. And release. All right. Okay, come up to stand. Hands on chair. Do a little dog shape on chair. So hands on chair, walk your feet back. Go ahead and bend your knees and let your hips sweep side to side. And even walk the feet back a little bit and lift your heels and sweep your heels side to side. Notice what the head is doing, and then reset the heels, straighten the legs. Good, maybe even the ears between the arms, crown of the head towards the hands. Good, one more little twist. Let's bring left hand to right ankle, looking under that right arm. Maybe even lift the ribs and look up towards the ceiling. Like your little kitten looking up, or a puppy. And then left hand to the chair, right hand to the left ankle. Looking towards the side of the room, and then lifting the ribs and trying to look up under that arm towards the ceiling. And then right hand back to the chair. Good, and walk forward. All right, let's come to the floor. Floor time. So just make sure you have some room. Some room to roll. Nice if there's a little cushion. Coming on to, I'm going to turn this way, coming on to your back. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Okay, so even here, let's start with an anterior, posterior. Right, so rolling down towards the tailbone and rolling up the back of the sacrum to the top of the sacrum. Good, and it might start small, might start cranky. But as you settle, start to notice the movement of the whole spine, if you can. The lift and lower of the lower back. Even a little bit of lift and lower in the lower ribs. Depending on your shape, you might feel movement between the shoulder blades, neck, head. Chin, lifting and lowering. Good, and then pause. Good, let's take that tailbone towards right sitting bone. So you might feel a little bit of shortening or contraction in that right waist. Tailbone through center and other side. And this can be quite slow, it can be quite small. And center. And right. And center. This time as we take tailbone to the left, let's let the head join. So head tips, rolls a little to the left. And center. And right. And center. Again, it could be smaller. It could be bigger. Pacing maybe a little more slow. Good, let's at the arms a little bit. So as the tailbone goes right and the head goes right, let's take the, well, you get to decide. So let's maybe slide that right arm down towards the right foot. And through center. And then as head and tailbone go left, that left arm slides down towards the foot and the right arm maybe slides towards the ear. Try that pattern. Head heavy. You can even try the other pattern where the shoulder comes to the ear as you turn towards it. There's no right, it's just diversifying a little bit. And then finding what feels really helpful. And then come back to center and just notice the weight of the feet and the legs and the hips and the back and the head. Good. Take the feet maybe just a little, well, they can stay where they are. And let's do knee drops. So arms out to the side, let the knees just tip to the right. Come back through center and tip to the left. Pelvis tips, knees tip. Pelvis center, knees center. Again, notice where your focus is. So maybe shifting more to the weight on the floor, the weight of the feet, the weight of the hips. Good. Even noticing the relationship of back to the floor. Do you arch a little bit more? And you let that lower back just graze towards the floor a little bit more, lower ribs, without a lot of effort. Head, is it still? The teeth knit together. And you let the teeth separate. Good. And let's come back to center and let's take the feet all the way together, knees together, and do knee drops like this. And so knees and pelvis tip to the right, through center, tip to the left. Again, noticing movement of the head. Is it small? Is it still? Even playing with less effort, more weight. Let the breath create the movement, even more than pushing against the floor, or let the push be lighter. Notice I'm scooching along the floor. Good. And again, one more each side. Even just noticing range that feels comfortable. Let's pause and center. Let's take the feet wide, as wide as feels comfortable, and knee drops here. So there might be a little press into the feet, especially that back foot. But again, just less effort. And maybe one more each side. Good, and come back to center. Just straighten the legs for a moment. Good, and let's actually play from here. So feet a little bit wider, arms either shoulder or shoulder height or a little higher. And we call this I can't remember what it's called. So, but I'm going to slide along the floor, sliding my right arm down, the elbow bends. Good, externally rotating that right leg and sliding the knee up. So the elbow and the knee start to come towards each other, and let them come towards each other. And then away from each other. And then left arm, bending that left arm, sliding it along the floor, externally rotating that left leg, sliding the knee towards the elbow. And notice the right side, right arm and right leg may want to follow a little bit. And then re-extend left arm and left leg. Right side again, right arm sliding, right leg sliding. And even letting that left arm and left leg slide, they're straight. And then release. And then left elbow and left knee slide towards each other. And then release. And pause. We're going to shift that pattern a little bit. So I'm going to, again, right elbow to right knee. And extend. And again, pull them towards each other, but pause here and let the right foot come to the floor. And then let that right arm just sweep maybe up to the ceiling and over towards past that right arm. Head's going to roll, maybe rolls up onto that left arm. Kind of reaching to that back left corner with that right hand. Right foot is still on the floor. Right knee is moving towards the foot. And then let that right arm trace around again and come back onto your back. Extend that right leg. Good. Left knee and elbow Move towards each other. It's called a body half. And then re-extend. And then again, bend. Keep the bend. Left foot comes to the floor. Left arm up to the ceiling, up and over. Maybe head rolls onto that right arm, reaching to that far right corner. Left foot flat. Left knee moving towards the foot. And then left arm sweeps around the head. Left leg extends. Good. First side again. Right elbow to right knee. We slide towards each other so you get a little half. Right, that left arm and left leg start to pull around. And maybe even let that right elbow knee touch and let that left arm and leg slide all the way around. So you're now laying on your right side in a little ball. And then let that left arm and left leg sneak away. Slow, slow, slow. So as they extend, reach, and roll back. Good. And then let that right foot come to the floor. That right knee and elbow are still close together. Right arm up to the ceiling. Reaching up and over past that left arm. So this time, let's extend that right leg down away from that right arm. And then right arm traces around the head, rolling back onto your back. Good. Left elbow and left knee pull towards each other. Good. Let them touch. So you're getting that contraction in the left side of the body, pulling that right arm and right leg around. Onto your side in a little ball. Good. Left side stays body, left elbow and knee stay connected as that right arm and right leg reach away. They extend. And slowly, slowly roll onto your back. Left elbow and left knee are still connected. And just left foot to the floor, left arm up and over. Reaching to that back right corner. Then left leg slides away from that left arm. Right leg is reaching long, left leg is reaching long. And then left arm slides around the head and onto the back. Oh. One more. Right knee, right elbow. Let's pull that left side around. Roll onto your side in a little ball. Keeping the left side contained, re-extend that right elbow and right knee, left arm and left leg, extend and roll away. Right foot to the floor, right arm reaching up and over. Right leg extends away from the reach of that right arm. But this time, let's slide the right leg to the left leg, past the left leg and roll onto the belly. Just pause. And here I'm going to bring right elbow, right knee towards each other and just a little press into that right hand and then sweep that right arm around the head. So right knee is still bent, right knee is still on the left side of the body. Right arm traces around and out to the right. And maybe you can just kick that right leg out to the right or out to the left, away from the hip, and then slide down, up and over the left leg and out to the right. Okay, other side. Left elbow, left knee, side body, pulling that right arm and right leg around, rolling onto your side. Right arm and right leg slowly sneak straight and start to roll back to the floor. Left foot comes to the floor, left arm up and over, reaching away from that left leg. Extend that left leg. Slide it towards the right leg, up and over, roll onto your belly, pause. Feeling belly against the ground. And then again, left elbow and left knee towards each other. So that left knee is just to the outside of the hip. Let that left arm trace around the head. And into a little twist, right? Left knee is still on that, where it was, outside of that right hip. Maybe extend that left leg. And slide it towards, down, towards the other leg, up and over and out to the side. Okay. Bend your knees. Tipping right. Sliding left leg to right leg, stacking feet. Maybe right hand on outer left leg, just pause. What can quiet in the ribs and the hips? And then sliding that left foot away, come back onto the back, both knees tip to the left. Slide that right foot to the left foot, stack the feet. Maybe left hand on outer right leg. What can soften? Then right leg slides away from left leg. Tipping right again. Left leg to right leg, then around the leg. So the left knee comes towards that right arm. Any amount, doesn't matter. Just another breath. And then slides back around. The knees up to center, feet parallel again. Knees tip left, right leg slides to left leg, then around. Both my knees are still bent. Right leg heavy, left leg heavy. And sweeping back to center. Pause. Right ankle, left knee, just a simple, maybe arms a little closer to hips, side to side. So this one, maybe the ribs stay a little more heavy as the pelvis moves. Just so there's a little containment for the lower back. Good. Back to center, take that left knee into the chest, hold the shin or back of thigh. Soften the back of the neck, shoulders, mouth. Maybe just a little side to side. And left foot on the floor, right foot on the floor. Extend both legs just for a beat. Feel your body heavy. Bend the legs, left ankle, again, hands close, ribs somewhat heavy. Ribs a little more still. As you let the pelvis rotate. Right, the head can even rotate. And if your lower back feels fine, you can let your ribs rotate. Notice breath, notice rhythm, notice pacing. And come back to center, right knee into your chest, hold shin or back of leg. What can soften in the back of the waist, the hips. Hinge of jaw. Maybe just a little side to side. Head. Shoulders. Hips. And then both feet to the floor. Extend both legs. And setting yourself up if you need something under legs, over body. It's cooler on the ground. Legs up on a chair, on the wall. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, nice and diffuse. And exhale. Maybe a couple more. Only use it as long as it's helpful. The mind gets speedy, or if you tighten around the breath, right? Use that to soften around, or gently let it go. Let the body settle and settle. And notice resistance, acknowledge it, honor it. Even lean in and ask it maybe what it needs. And continue to soften. Soft enough, or room enough, or space enough to allow everything to be there. Every thought, every feeling. Just a few moments as you drift off, just aware of heart center. Center of our toroidal field. Communicates through neurotransmitters, hormones, vibration. Electromagnetic currency. Seeing how else it communicates. Through emotion, through dreams.
Stay.